Have our other special guest, Micheline Bowman. I met her at a Fox 5 studio when I was there doing a modeling gig. And as soon as I met her, I was like, wow, she is inspirational. Her energy is powerful. She's so positive. I was curious to know about her story. So, so I reached out to my friend Warren. Thank you so much for introducing us. And I was like, what is up with her? I really got to know her story and her transition because I like to surround myself with like-minded people, like-minded frequency. Like frequency, and we just build each other up. And so I see you on social media just doing your thing. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you transition?
Oh my gosh, my story. It's a lot to transition and say all that so quickly, but in a nutshell, I was at Fox 5 for 27 years.
Wow.
Until last May. And when I was let go, I say that their elimination of my position was God's elevation of my life. So I tell people,
That's powerful.
I mean, literally elimination, elevation, because you can do one or two things. You can strive for greatness for one particular job, or you can strive for greatness for your life. And I knew that I went to college for broadcast journalism, but God has given me so many more talents than just to work for one particular thing for my life.
Yes.
So I gave them 27 years of 100% of Micheline.
Yes.
But outside of that, still being me, still doing me, still speaking, still hosting, still out there in the community, giving back. And I realized that once you have a balance of life and you know who you are, the sky is the limit. So the transition for me has been a blessing because now my time freedom allows me to do so much more for more people.
Yes. See, I already love that. Okay, guys. But so basically what I hear from that is you know who you are. You know your purpose in that position that you're in. And so it didn't define you.
No.
So you're like, okay, this happened to me, but it's because that was an expiration of where I was able to grow, and I'm going to grow in other spaces in my life.
You have said it exactly. And I tell people, being an entrepreneur and transitioning, it's scary because people get used to every week they have that paycheck coming, and they know that paycheck's coming in no matter if they do 70% of the work or 100% of the work. But when you're an entrepreneur, and for me, I was doing it half and half anyway, but now I'm 100% in.
Right.
I'm 100% in.
Right.
Meaning that every day I'm out there, I have to figure out where my next paycheck is coming from. I can't depend and rely on a company. I'm my own boss. I'm my own, paycheck. So I have to do it that way.
It's almost a beautiful struggle because it's like, first of all, God was like, you need to jump now.
And you know what? This is the thing, and I have not shared with anybody, and I'm sharing with you and everybody for the first time. In December of 2017, I knew coming out of my, my Christmas break, when I started back in 2017, I had already said that I cannot be here past June.
Yes.
And people who know me closely know that I prayed every day going to work. I said, God, I love my job. I love what I do. But something about being there said that it was time for me to go.
Yes.
So when they told me that I didn't have a job anymore, it was like, well, I already said I couldn't be here past June.
Yes.
So, they say speak it out into existence.
Yes.
And I have this thing that the earth is spelled E-A-R-T-H. The first three letters in the word earth is ear. So I said the earth was hearing everything that I was telling it.
Yes.
So I tell people, if you speak bad things, the earth receives it. Bad things are going to happen.
Right.
I was speaking that I didn't want to be there, but I wanted something more from me.
Right.
So the earth received that. I'm not there anymore, but I'm getting more of me. I'm still doing me.
And I think it's because you truly, are evolving into your truest self. And then when you understand who you truly, truly are, and you understand your power and why you're here, it's like God has a calling in your life, and you cannot make a settled decision of being in a mediocre, world of comfortability, right? So he literally was like, jump.
I was holding on, but it's a good thing again.
Yes.
And the people that I'm realizing, the people who were in my corner before are still in my corner because I didn't allow where I was for a 9 to 5 to make me.
Right.
A lot of people that I met, a lot of relationships that I built have always been there outside of my day job.
Right.
So it's like if I met you outside and I thought you were a good story, I thought something great about you, I would present you to Fox 5.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, you have to be open to the world and who you meet. and not always look at people as, I'm meeting them because. Don't have a game plan. You meet people because you meet people.
Yes.
And I tell people all the time, I love people.
Yes.
I love, to be surrounded by good people. And she's looking at
Celebrate life.
I do. I gave her my band. I'm all about celebrating life.
I'm
51. I'll be 52 this year. And I don't mind
Fox. Vivica Fox. What?
I don't mind telling people, but I am happy and I'm enjoying life. And I say, if you wake up and you're having a bad day, be glad you woke up to have that bad day. I want to be looked at, not looked down upon.
Yeah, okay. I totally believe in the mind shift and everything, positivity and all that. That's what I live in, because life is not easy, okay? No, but what made you, come to terms with that transition in your thought process? Like, I have a choice. I could either say, hey, this is a day of another day that I just live my life as a rat race, going to work, coming home, whatever. But something happened to you that said, I need to, really live my life, celebrate life.
I did. And the thing is, when I found out, you have, like I said, you have two options. You give in or you give up. I gave in, but I didn't give up. I gave into that opportunity of being there because, like you said, I met my quota of life there.
Right.
But I didn't give up on Micheline. I didn't give up on my life. I didn't give up on my next move is my best move.
Yes.
So whatever it is that I'm going to put myself into, I'm going to give it 100% all the time because that's just who I am.
Yes.
And I didn't want people to define that, yes, that was my day job, but that's not Micheline. That's just where I worked.
Yes.
Outside of that, Micheline still is who she is. And I'm always going to continue to be who I am. And I tell people, you have your word. And I've always given people my word. I don't, go back on my word. If I can't make it happen, I will connect you with somebody who can make it happen. And I have no problem with spreading the love.
Right.
I don't do everything in this city, I find that people always want to do it for what you're going to give me.
Yes.
What's in it for me.
Yes.
But sometimes it can't be about me.
Yeah.
Turn the M upside down. What can we do together?
Win, win, win. Thank you.
Where can we go with this? And
yes.
people always want to attach themselves to something powerful. Attach yourself to yourself.
Let
be your own brand.
Yes.
Because if you're doing good for your own brand, then people want to be around you.
Yeah. And I always say, God is the plug, first of all. That is all you need to know, right?
Yes.
And then I always say that we have the magnet inside of us. So when we step into a room, everything that we are searching for is already inside of us. If you're searching for resources, we have that. If you're searching for, that connective person who is the ish, it's already inside of us, okay? So, you walk in and you know that the power is already inside of you. And when you're in alignment of your purpose, everything is, attached to you. It's drawn to you.
Okay, this is light. You are light. I tell people light attracts light.
Yes.
And people sometimes, I remember before I left there, someone says, every time I come here, you're so upbeat. You're so happy. You're so, just energetic. Why are you like that?
Yes.
And I said, and I told her this, and she gave me a look of what? But I said that I view life as if you can go down a dark tunnel, if you want, and see at the end result, whatever it is you want.
Yeah.
But I tell her, instead of me looking down a dark tunnel, I'm the light walking through the tunnel. So I'm illuminating, I'm lighting up everything. I'm trying to see where I'm going. I'm not trying to see a little hole at the end and hope, how am I going to get there? No, I need the lights turned on. So if I'm walking through that sucker and it's all lit up, I see where I'm going.
Yes.
My end result is where I want to go. I'm not bumping into the walls trying to figure out where it is. I'm there. And like you said, mindset is so, so important. My mindset already is that, Micheline, you got this. You were given a name that's unique, that's different. And I tell people, Micheline is me. I am unique. I am different. And I'm here to make, a legacy for myself because it's not about what I'm doing now. It's when I'm gone. Who's going to remember me after the fact?
Right.
So I tell people, what's your legacy? What are you doing so 20, 30 years when you're gone, people are still reading a book by you?
Right.
Is your name on a building? What have you done so people remember who you are?
Right.
That's the legacy of your life. Now, what you do now is great.
Yeah.
But when you're not here, that's even better.
And it's true because when I went to the Dick Gregory's funeral, I was like, wow, I feel like I know this man. He is so powerful, positive. He's so anointed. He has a mission in his life. And, he really was the light of the world. And so while we were there, people were just laughing as if he was just sitting next to them, And I was like, it was really a celebration of his life. And for me, I felt like that is how I want to like exit the earth. I want people to really celebrate the fact that, you know, I made an impact in their life in a way where it's, you know, powerful, it's happy, it's joyful, it's a celebration of my life and nothing to be sad about. And I feel like that's like how you're taking it.
I'm telling you, I lost my mother in 2010, and then I lost my dad in 2016. So it's like,
wow.
For me, I think for anybody who hasn't lost a parent or a child or a sibling, whatever, and people go, I know how you feel. Unless you've lost somebody like that, you can't tell me how I feel. And I wouldn't want somebody to know how I feel.
Right.
But I will say that losing a parent, to me, I felt like the angels were like, they surrounded me. They were like, okay, come on, you got this. And then when I lost my dad, it's like, okay, I got 2 angels. Come on, you got this. So I literally feel that my life now is being lived through my parents. You know what I mean?
Wow.
If you're spiritual and you receive blessings and you believe in a higher power of being, then you understand what I'm saying. There's some people that go, oh, I don't believe in that. I'm not asking you to, but just know that this is what I feel. And I know that if it wasn't for me having a belief, and if it wasn't for me going through that dark side of my life and accepting that, okay, life is life, death is death.
Right.
But, you know, the body is the body.
Right.
I believe that energy is energy. Our
Right.
souls and spirits or energy, that is, it can't ever die. The shell, like our house, it gets rebuilt, repurposed. This shell we have for X amount of years. So what we do with this shell while we're here is one thing, but our passion, our energy, our spirit, girl, we're gonna be back. Because I know I'm gonna be messing with my kids, my grandkids. Like, hey,
they're watching. What are you gonna do to them?
Mess with them like, get up. I mean, I know me, because I'm that type of. I'll be the fly on the wall, like, up. Now you know better, you know. I can see me
Turn
now.
on and on the switch.
I
Turn
know.
off and on the switch.
I'm gonna pop them a little bit.
Right. No. Oh my gosh. See, I love it because I mean, my energy is already filled with your energy around me, so it's like attracts like.
I feel it. It's
we
like,
can fly right now, right?
I feel it.
So for the people who really is trying to, you know, to have their own job and their own career and their own, you know, to tap into their entrepreneurship. Yes, it has a lot to do with faith, but did you just say, hey, I'm going to jump and then figure it out? Or you're saying, I got to plan it through before I actually jump?
You know what? I didn't have an opportunity to plan it through. I knew that I was not going to be at one particular place forever. Anytime you have a job, like again, I went to college for broadcast journalism, and right out of college, let me take you back real quick. So I ended up going to Morgan State in Baltimore, Maryland. At the age of 12, I knew where I was going to school. I didn't know how, but my father and my mom, they divorced when I was 2. I spent summers in Baltimore. At the age of 12, I was riding my bike on the campus of Morgan State. Someone literally came up to me and said, you're going to go here one day. No one physically, but something told me that. I went back to my dad. I said, hey, I'm going to Morgan State one day. He's like, what are you talking about? I lived in New Jersey at the time. In 82, my mom got stationed in California. I told her I couldn't move with her. That's too far from Morgan State. She said, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm going to Morgan State. So I moved with my dad. I never lived with him before in 82. You needed 2 years of in-state residency. I graduated high school in 84. That was my 2 years. I applied for one school, Morgan State. I paid all 4 years. And I told myself I would be in my field before a year. I graduated. I was at Fox 5 within a year of graduating. And
in D.C.?
In D.C. and never interviewed for a job.
Oh
they came and got me. But the thing is, I just believe that if you speak it out, speak it out, speak it out.
Yes.
And people go, how did that happen? Oh, let me go back. My senior year, I got pregnant with my son. Had 21 credits, a 3.9, back to school, back to work, in 2 weeks of having him. So when people tell me what they can't do, I'm like, I can't. Even to this day, I can't. People don't know my struggle. Yeah. They don't know my background, where I came from, what I didn't have, the hard things I went through. But that's not important. They see me as somebody who can do it. So when they know my story, they can appreciate why I'm so go, go, go. And I don't want to hear people say what they can't do. It's just, you limit yourself when you put limits on your life. We all do. Right. And you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. We all know that.
Thank you.
So nowadays, these microwave babies, now babies, I'm like, what's the Dewey Decimal System? I don't have a Siri, Google. I had a map. I had to go down a map and find out. We had landmarks.
Hey, that's how I'm passing college. No.
I had landmarks.
Google, thank you. Shout out to Google.
Have that. I knew somebody's phone number. I knew somebody's address. how to get around. Nowadays,
We had a mat,
we had a map you unfolded and see, but hey, but it made me who I am. Technology
Yes,
makes
yes.
the new millennials what they are. But
Yeah.
again, sometimes you got to step back. Like my daughter, she's singing everything that I grew up on. I'm like, what do you know about SWV?
Right.
What do you, I mean, she's singing old school music,
Right.
So what goes around comes around. You can do hairstyles for so many ways.
Yeah.
Clothes, you cut cloth so many ways. So eventually, everything that goes around comes around. So I say that when I come back around, I'm going to be the same Micheline because I'm giving 100% and being the right now person that I am.
It's called classic. She knows
Oh.
who she is. Authenticity never fades away.
Yeah, but the bones ache sometimes, let me tell you.
Okay, so the time is running out.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh. Can you tell us, how do we get in contact with you? What are you doing now? Like, what is your new, career? Tell us all of that.
So I do have an LLC that I will be launching this spring. I'm so super excited about that. So it's going to be a media relations company specializing in PR, publicity,
Yes.
media training, all the do's and don'ts, ins and outs on what it takes
Pro
to
bono?
be. Well, you know what? I am doing that now, though, because again, my whole thing is I don't chase money.
Yeah.
I never have. If you chase money, you'll be chasing dreams forever. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to pay you your worth. But I know my worth is valuable.
Thank you.
But I also know that, somebody's time is valuable too. So, yeah. Not everything's pro bono. I'm going to put it out there. But, yes, I can work with people. But as I'm doing that, I have a lot of hosting events coming up. I have
Yes.
speaking events coming up. My book will be finished. I'm so excited about that. And my book is done. It's being published now. And I'm just ready for, like I said, my next move is my best move. I mean, this is 51.
I always
people.
say,
This is 51.
my next move is God's move. So where do we find you?
Social media, Micheline Bowman on everything. I keep it simple. I mean, I can't be anybody but me, so it's Micheline Bowman.
I love
And
it.
again, I'll make sure that when I do my big launch, hopefully you and Warren can come on out.
I'm there, definitely. You could do it at Ben's upstairs, actually.
Actually, well, he's not even here for me to ask him that, but we
I'm
can
sure
talk
you
about
can.
that.
I'm sure you can.
I can ask him.
Yes. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Like I said, I'm so, so grateful and honored that you took your time out to spend some time with us and empowering us and sharing with us your wisdom and your knowledge so that we can enlighten the world to reach your full potential.
That's what it's about.
Thank you so much, Micheline.
Beautiful woman.
Thank you. Celebrate life.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen vision, listen vision, DC's #1 recording studio.